Most people won't want to do it, but you'll be Bitcoin rich. So this video, a little bit of a spin-off from my last video. Now, what I want to talk about in this video is things that people don't want to do, but if they do, not financial advice, they will be rich down the road in Bitcoin. Now, first, let's get into the people that are single. Now, if you're single, the best thing you can do, in my opinion, is look at where you're currently living. Now, if you're in a major city where it's expensive, for example, like New York or Los Angeles, or just a place in the United States that tends to be known for being expensive, well, I would be looking to move out of the city and moving into a place that is more affordable in another state. Like, for example, you can go to Texas. Things are cheaper there, of course, than California. And also, seeing what you currently have or what you're currently renting. So if you're renting a house, you might want to move to a different state and rent a studio or one bedroom, right? The amount of money that you can save is how you'll be able to stack Bitcoin even more. Another thing. Now, this is going to create controversy probably, and some people might agree or disagree. However, my recommendation is, if you are single, don't be out here spending money or going out on a bunch of dates, all right? Especially to my gentlemen out there. It's not a dating channel, but however, dating can be expensive. And if you're somebody that's if you're a guy and you're low income, I don't recommend going out and just taking a bunch of women on dates, because I've been seeing that lately where guys online are having trouble where they take all these women out on dates and then they don't get anywhere with the women. Now, am I saying don't date? No, but be very selective about who you're dating, because you have to understand that when you take women out on dates, it's expensive. And first, before you should even be in a position to be doing things like that, you have to get your money up, right? You have to get your finances up, get better in your career. And a lot of people don't want to do that. They don't want to stop dating because either it gives them some type of satisfaction. Now, I'm not saying you, all right, but I've known a lot of people that this is the current situation. That's why I'm speaking on this. They waste a lot of money. At least there's some gentlemen out there that I know that go on these dating apps and they take a bunch of women out on dates, and you have to understand that that's more Bitcoin that they could be stacking. And mind you, they don't even get anywhere with these women. It's a constant cycle. So you have to think to yourself, is this person worth it? Or am I in a position to be dating? Or should I be getting my finances up and allocating more Bitcoin to my stack? It's important to understand, and a lot of people don't want to do that because they feel lonely, or they feel that they need a partner, but they just can't find a partner. But my biggest recommendation is you have to work on yourself, especially your finances, before you can be going out here and dating anybody, right? And choosing the right partner. Because marriage and dating somebody is a business transaction. A lot of people might say that's not true. Well, it is. You have to give value to the person has to give value back, right? And so when you marry somebody and when you're dating somebody, you have to understand that it goes heavily into finances. Do you guys align with finances? Do you guys align with goals, right? So that's something to consider. Another thing that most people won't want to do, but if you do it, you can stack more Bitcoin and become Bitcoin rich, is stop paying for car notes. A lot of people think that they have to have the latest and greatest, and I don't speak on things that I haven't been through and I'm not doing, if you know what I mean. I practice what I preach, and that's why it resonates with a lot of people around the world, because people are finally getting to a point in their life where, like, you know what, this is true. I resonate with this. Instead of doing X, Y, and Z, I could be stacking more. And a car note, everybody thinks that they need the latest and greatest, feature in the car, Bluetooth, or they need the coolest, a touch screen in there. But you have to understand that that's eating money into your pocket, and a car is a depreciating asset. That's why now I always recommend people to buy, for example, a reliable old car and you can get them for like $3-4 grand here in the US, depending on where you're at. But you can get, like, for example, like a Toyota Camry, like an older one, year 2000s, great reliable vehicle, and it's cheaper to fix than, for example, an old BMW that I had. I think it was 428i is what I had, my old BMW. And for example, it was just junk, because it was nice, had 40,000 miles on it, but it costed me more money to fix it, that I was just like, you know what, this is eating into my pockets. So a lot of people don't want to make that move. They would rather have something fancy to drive instead of having some little bucket car that at least gets them from point A to point B, but doesn't look the best. But a lot of people aren't willing to do that, and I understand. It takes a certain type of mindset to be like, look, I don't need these things. I'm going to scale down my expenses. I'm going to stack more Bitcoin, because that means securing my financial future. And then down the road, I could, even though I don't recommend it, but you might be like, well, I've stacked a lot of Bitcoin. I deserve to sell a little bit of it and enjoy myself. Maybe you want to buy a nice car and you still have a lot of Bitcoin stacked. You took the sacrifice to say, today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, I'm going to be continuously disciplined about what I'm buying. Okay? And not a lot of people want to do this, but if you do, I guarantee you, not financial advice, as long as you live every day to where you are a minimalist, and you think to yourself before you buy something. So think to yourself before you're at the register, do I need this? Do I need that? Do I have to have this? Do I have to have that? And that's how I go about it, in order to try and save as much money as I can to stack as much Bitcoin as I possibly can. Tying back into living situation. Now, for all my married folks out there, or if you're currently engaged, congratulations. However, I would be looking at, if I'm in a major city, and saying, could we save money if we move to another state? Do we need this nice California home that's 1.5, $2 million? Do we need this? Or could we get out of here, sell it, get out of here, go somewhere like Georgia or somewhere like that, where you can get a house for like $350,000, $400K, nice little one story, and you could pocket a good amount of money, right? So a lot of people want to do these things, and I guarantee you, if you do, you will be among the world's elite in the world as far as stacking Bitcoin. You will make it to the top 1%, and you will be happy that you struggled every day in order to get to where you are tomorrow. So I want to come on and make this video. You know, I love connecting with you all on my walks. It's very therapeutic to just get out here and enjoy the walks, nature, get my thoughts out there and connect with you all, like-minded Bitcoin maximalists. So remember, I'm Mr. Bitcoin Maxi. We're all Bitcoin Maxis. Stack sats, stay free, stay humble. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.